Now this is a new kind of ecology. There's different ecology. It's different than before. Okay. Now you can learn Revit, you can learn Navisworks, but you're limited by their capability. Navisworks can only do two things. Okay. I call mine. You can see here. I call it C drive. C drive. So I clash the RIVE. I give a name, the C drive. All right. So, but now it's only do the clash detection and reporting. The thing too. So if you without IT knowledge, then you're limited to their functionality. But these three I wrote by my programmers. Okay. So now, if that's the case, what will you do? Let me show you that again. Okay, this. Do you know that your company is doing this? This is NIH. This is Hospital Authority. This NIH. Okay, you're the contractor. You're the main contractor. Okay, your company is. I'm the consultant on the design phase. Now this is the operation phase. What do they need? Project manager, system architect. System architect is not architect, it's IT guy. Senior programmers. So this is on operation. You guys doing construction, pass the BIM, pass the information to operation. They need to write programs. They need to write platform to make use of your BIM data to help them into the operation. And they are asked for programmers. So the BIM is not geometry. BIM is information. The information is being used by programmers. All right. So now at the moment, I think I'm also working with you guys to prepare all this information, good enough information, and then for them to use. So that lasts they ask for 2 years programming and then 9 years of maintenance, 11 years for this contract. Right. 未知啊，都未翻標，而家 bid 緊啫嘛 ，tender 緊啫嘛。I don't know whether you compete. Probably not. They're looking for operation side, IT. Yeah. So you can see that they ask for BIM manager, project manager, PM, BIM team leader, CCBM. Okay, CCBM work with programmers, with the system architect. That's IT guy. Okay, PM IT experience. Okay, see that IT plus BIM need to work together. CCBM. Yeah, this is live. It's live. It's not yet posted tender. And it's your project. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. If you recall, I have more than 21 years of skill in project. Okay. Asset management. Asset management. Yes. Asset management. Yes. Why? Because you remember this. Asset management, mandatory. Now, you guys are working on the construction. You guys are going to make the as-built modeling, mandatory. So as a contractor, you make this. Then after this, put in here. So the operation is asset management mandatory. So they get your model. What are they going to do with the model? They use it for asset management mandatory. So they are having a tender to make this platform. They're building this platform now. All right, so BIM is from design, construction, then now to in the operation. Asset management 有咩 gimmick？ OK， I show you. Now, okay, I told you this project was designed in 2001 and finished in 2002. After this, finished in 2002, I've run it for 24 years asset management. Until now, I'm still running it. So I'm a qualified facility manager, apart from an architect. I actually got HKIFM. I'm a member of HKIFM. So I write the system, all the functions here. So, okay, actually this diagram is part of your scope. In construction, now, okay, put it this way. So we have planning, IR, information requirement, OIR, AIR, PIR, SIR, EIR. You have to learn this. Okay, it's part of your scope. Okay, all this information requirement, that's a planning stage. Then pass the information to design phase. So you have WIP, share, published, archive. Okay, so that's design. And then after they design the tender, the information passed to the contractor. In the contractor have WIP, shared, published, archive information. Now, after this, so this one here, it is as built. So this one here is actually this guy, as built model, which is mandatory. So after the construction, so the information is given to the operation. Now, what do the operator do with the BIM model? So you as a contractor, you know what to do. You need to do 4D, you need to do the programming, master programming, you need to do the quality check, you need to do the SPL, you need to do the O&M manual. All these, you know it, you're the expert in it. But after this, on the handover day, you hand over all this BIM information to them. What do they do? Huh? 因为对，拿来做什么？怎么做？ Okay, so this is a big question mark because we don't care. We never care. Right? But now you cannot, as a BIM manager, this now become part of your scope because in the policy, you see that asset management is mandatory. So asset management, okay, look at this. Look at the terms. Space management. Tracking. Space management. What's space management? You come to this building, today is Saturday. How come this door is open for you? How come you can have a light at the aircon? How come my neighbor is doing the renovation? We didn't hear this noise during the normal days because you were working. Somehow they use Saturday to do the renovation, so the noise just happened to happen in here. This is the use of space. Tracking, today is in use, that one is not in use. So that's tracking. That is not construction, that's after construction. So space management, tracking, optional at the moment. Asset management. What is asset management? This TV is an asset. Your desk is an asset. Everything you see as an asset. You as a contractor, you build the SPL model. The SPL model, you are in a perfect stage because everything is new. You hand over, you do the testing and commissioning, P&C. You have the O&M manual, you have everything there. So you are in a perfect stage and deliver the perfect result to the client, correct? But that perfect stage will be broken because time, because of usage, because the asset life, it will wear and tear, it will break down, and need repair. It's normal. So that is asset management. So to maintain it, you need to maintain with a certain period, a pump room, a transformer. You need to inspect it. You need to check on it to make sure it's running properly. So you need to schedule every half a year, you need to maintain it. You need to change the filter. Every 3 months, you change the filter. So this maintenance scheduling, you schedule when to maintain it. All right? So project system analysis is very hard to explain. Project system analysis means what was the design intent? The design flow rate of pump or something. Now it's built. Does your performance now conform to the design criteria? You need to compare the design intent and then the as built, the running, the performance, do an analysis. So this one is optional at the moment. So, but nevertheless, from here to this is not construction. This is operation, maintenance, right? So BIM is for maintenance, for operation. So you can see this big picture here. Now look at this. You have the as-built. So this thing here is this thing, as-built model. So you pass this and over to this. So what do you have? BIM here. Because FM is here, DMS here, IoT here. There are 4 areas. So in here, BIM, what do you offer? What does BIM offer? BIM offers space. What is space? How many towers? How many floors? How many rooms? What is inside a room? What's the area? What's the height? What's ceiling height? That is space, which is space management. So you have space. BIM also offer you the pump, the object, the TV, the BIM object. So that's asset. So asset management. So you offer these 2 things, space and asset. That's coming from here. But also you have documents, O&M manuals, certificate, as-built drawings, document. So these three things, they are BIM. And they are in perfect stage. I mean, here is perfect stage. But the things will get old, will get broken. So this one will become here. Facility management, things will get broken. You need to report the fault. So that's facility management. The report is something get old, something wrong, something need to be replaced. No longer perfect. So when okay, last week we have typhoon. What has been damaged? What was damaged by the typhoon? Window, maybe. Okay. That project, every now and then the signage got damaged by the typhoon. I can show you later. So every year the typhoon damaged the signage. But then every time we need to find someone to fix it. Who to fix it? The supplier. Which supplier? The vendor. Vendor management. How to fix it? Maintenance scheduling. Maintenance scheduling. We maintain a schedule. We need to fix something. Works order. We issue the works order. We maintain it. This room is being booked for today's teaching. Room booking, space management. Room booking. I got sprinkler. I got fire extinguisher. Every year we need to do inspection. We need to upgrade to maintain the fire sprinkler, that kind of thing. License management. Did I miss something? Did I forget to upgrade something? 2 days ago, the Labor Department came here and check my registration 2 days ago. So if I forgot to upgrade my company, I will get sued. So this is license issues. To record to manage my energy. So this is maintenance of the asset if you have it in the space. Then you have the MEP. You have the MEP will report you the temperature, the running speed. So this is BMS. Give the signal. Building management system. You have the security, the CCTV security. I forgot what that is. So these are the maintenance. The system that can report itself in status. But what if this room becomes very hot? This room becomes very hot. The computer does not have a thermometer, but it gives out heat. It comes to a point that it is very hot. So how can I know? I've got a sensor. I put a sensor that sense the temperature. That is IoT. Internet of Things. It senses the condition of this environment. So energy management, manage the amount of energy that we use. Carbon footprint, sustainability management. So these are it relies on the sensor. This one will automatically report you the condition. That report you the sensor. All these belongs to operation, and all these related to BIM because it happens in a certain area, it happens to a certain equipment. Now, if I show you what happened in here, now construction, what you're looking at the moment is my mobile phone. My mobile phone consists of 150 projects. I can use my mobile to access to all my previous projects, 150 of them. All right, so I pick this project, pick this stage. I go inside this space management. So I have 1,700 rooms. So the different power, different levels. If I go to my level 2, so instead of 1,700, I'm looking at 55 rooms. So these are the area height. Okay, AV control room. Okay, I search for it. So I'm reading the BIM information. So these are from the contractor model. Get all this information out. I'm using it in operation. So the operation means, okay, I'm looking at one room. So the actual photo taken. So that is your as-built condition. So 360 images, all on my mobile phone. So location information, where it is, QR code RFID. Okay, this is part of your scope. RFID. And then room information. So this is from the model. So area, height, perimeter, volume. That's from the model. Whether it's occupied or not occupied from IoT. I have the sensor sense. Is there anybody there right at this point? Okay, architect, environmental aspect. So this is room NH. Remember, this is what I'm saying. Wong Tong need to do 1,800 rooms. They use Excel. I advise Fred, don't use Excel. Use database. So, but he doesn't listen. So all this now is being used here. So what are the materials? What are the system needed inside a room. Okay, what asset inside? This is BIM. So in here, remember, asset management, mandatory. You manage the asset. So in here, so in this AV control room, we have all these assets. So okay, facility management. What's facility management? What's wrong with it? So you can see the 2014, 2013, they have an accident with a certain asset. With a certain, so you see that one got something wrong. Got something wrong. All the history on the mobile. Now this is FM, the one is AM, maintenance scheduling. So that in here, so in this room, what need to be maintained? This is maintenance scheduling, mandatory. So what time, in what frequency, it need to be maintained? So fortnightly, so what days need to be maintained? So you see the red has okay, this is not yet there. So how is the condition? Maintenance scheduling, works order, room booking, lease management, IoT management, on all these related to what? Space. Okay, look, now you may be bored with this, but this is connected to BIM model. This is the mobile. The mobile has a BIM model. See, this is on my mobile. I have this room 233, 233. Okay, where is it? In the whole building on the second floor. This is the room. Click on this. See, this is the whole. This is using the BIM model for asset management. So all this happens, all this all this activity happen in this room. So I'm looking from the whole building point of view. I can look at it from the second level point of view. And this is the room. I can look at it from the room point of view. Okay, so in this room, these are the assets. So this asset, 311, click on this 311. So asset register, this is asset management. It's this one here, mandatory. So what's in there? So that equipment there. So where it is, classifications. What class is that? Okay, this word here, only class. You hear about this, heard about this? Only class. If no, sorry, this is part of your syllabus. This is part of syllabus because in the standard, in this standard, Hong Kong is using only class. This is an exam question. So what standard Hong Kong is using? Only class. This is CIC standard. Hong Kong is using only class system. Classification system. I'll tell you later. A lot of these words. Okay, only class. So you see, the manufacturer information, asset maintenance start date, warranty start date. Who gives this information? Who gives this information? Contractor, supplier. You submit that in the SPO and then it becomes operation. I can use my mobile and check it. So the construction information becomes now operation information. I'm using a device to check on this. Now, this is part of the information flow. As a BIM manager, what you need to do is to ensure that enough information from the contractor pass to the operator. What is that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, say for example, this asset. I just look at this from here, from a room point of view. Now, if I look at from the asset management point of view, asset management, click on this one here. If I search for signage, okay, you see this signage here? Now this signage and this signage in the history, maintenance. Now you can see this, the signage has all this P&C report, O&M manual, catalog, warranty, certificate, shop drawing. Now, who gives this information? Contractor. So you package everything, and this information is not staying in a box. It's now becomes a live information, so I can use right on my mobile. So this is associated with the BIM model, and then maintenance history. Look at that. 2012 damage, 2016 damage, 2022 damage, all because of typhoon. Organized. Okay.如果你有 IoT 或者有 BMS 就可以。IoT 嘅呢個飛，聽落變咗個。咁譬如你啲transformer 你全部打啲機咁會知道乜我就唔講。So architecture is, you see, it was damaged 2023 because of big storm damaged by typhoon. Now I think today last week also. So it's been damaged. Someone need to find someone to fix it, find a subcontractor to fix it. Once they fix it, how much is fixed? When was it last fixed? Then now last week it was damaged again. So should we find the last contractor or find a new one? What was it 2 years ago? How much it charged? Now what's the charge today? So information. You see the information? Now, if I show you, okay, the BIM model. Oh, by the way, we now have AI. So this document here. So how to fix this signage? Click on this document, give it to Wang Sifu, all right? How to install signage? Instead of me looking at the document, I ask AI on my phone, look at that document and give me the answer. So integrate AI into here. Yes, all by itself. Okay, somehow we cannot find it now. Okay, sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Now, oops, with the AI dashboard, so all these on my fingertip live. That's an image. This is what image is asking for. a system like this. Now, if I show you as maintenance scheduling. So maintenance scheduling, what need to be maintained? So all these are real data. So they need to maintain this. Maintenance scheduling. They schedule when need to be maintained. Scheduling. Plan the actual. How is this done? Check on this is done, that's not done, that's not done. Scheduling. And then in the BIM model, now I'm actually going through the core competency 3 already. Core competency 3 with you is on BIM use. All right. I'm now talking about maintenance scheduling. I'm now talking about asset management. I'm now talking space management. All right. So these are part of your syllabus. This is part of your syllabus. So the BIM use, how is BIM being used in these areas? Okay, let's look at from the BIM model. Okay, if I turn on the asset management, so this is where the asset is on this second floor. And this is the facility management. Facility management is what happened in the past. These are the report. Something has happened. So on a BIM model, where it happened, when it happened, what has happened, how to fix that. How do I position it? 2 steps. Something happened, it happened in the location. What's the location? Room. Room has a coordinate. So I can jump to the room. Secondly, inside that room has many assets. Which asset got problem? So the asset is a family. Family got a certain point. I got X, Y, Z to jump to that thing. So that icon attached to the icon.
We just move the asset or like the table one.
You need to refresh it. Yeah, you need to refresh it.
Refresh is just the person who is
okay, good question. I have not written that, but I will take that into. I ask my program to give me a refresh button. Now that asset is moved, so the icon will be moved. Not difficult to do. Yes, that's why I need programmer. Okay, now the thing is, this is more interesting. Maintenance scheduling, which is this one here. So what is this? If I zoom in here, okay, now if I want to show you. Okay, so what are these? These is like scheduled maintenance, all the dates. The gray one has not happened. The green one has happened and finished. So it's green. So because this is space maintenance scheduling, scheduling is when is the next time you schedule it. So it is time related. So what does it mean? If I change my timeline, you see that? It is interacting with the timeline. So I can specify when it happened, where it happened, what to do, whether it's done good or not. So that is asset management. So that's the thing that you need. That's what you do. That's what MA this one is 1,700 rows, and the extra is 1,800 rows. 1/4 is 10 times bigger. All right, now you see that this is all this BMS is related to BIM. Now I'm actually talking about this as a part of your scope. I mean the BIM manager scope. If you're working on the operation side as a BIM manager, these are the things that you're looking at. Okay, I tell you what, not too many people in Hong Kong knows how to explain this and can show you all this. Not too many people. It just happened. I'm not an architect. I'm also a facility manager. Used to do that. Okay, so this is exactly what it means. All right, so a bit too much for you. Now this is as I said on the first day, try to extend your perception, right? Don't stay as a contractor, don't stay as where you are. BIM is covering a much wider range of the scope in the whole process. Okay, now this is talking about this construction. How long it takes about 5 years construction. This is talking about 70 years, 80 years. In MTR, 150 years. How to maintain the properties. All right, so please don't hold up. I'm actually explaining this to save me some time to explain in the core component number 3. All right, core component number 3 is on the BIM use and process. I'm talking about BIM use here and some of the process actually some sort of intermediate together. All right, so it may not interest you, but it does interest me because I spent so much time in design and construction, and then what is next after construction, and this is next in operation. All right, so technology, go back in technology. So I talked about the programming API like that. Okay, let's go into another one. Which one? Which one you like? Okay, RFID. What is it? Yeah, coding. Now, why is it related to us? Why is it related? What is RFID? Now, it's actually in terms of technology, we are talking about coding. So, what is coding? Now, think about this. You all know. Okay, what is this one here? What's this? Barcode. All right. So it's a coding. It's called barcode. So what do you need in barcode? So barcode. You need you need a code, which is barcode. Second thing, you get a scanner. Number 3. Now, if you buy something, if you buy a box of chocolate or whatever, you have barcode. But if you buy this in Welcome, you buy it in packaging shop, the same product, they have 2 different prices. Or the same product, same code. Why is that two prices? Why? Huh? No. the two not expired, they're not expired. Same product in two different shops, they have two different prices. But this is one code, same code. How come it appears to be two prices? They have a different system. So you have software. So you have software to interpret it, right? So there's one more thing. Scanner software. Okay. And then they have different database. So it must have a so you scan this, you scan this, you give a number. But what does this number mean? It means this brand. So that's the software. But the price, one company has one database, the other company has another database. So it must be another database. So in terms of coding, you must have these four elements. Okay. Now the first thing we talk about is barcode, which is simple. Why? It's because it's just a piece of a graphic you print on a paper. It is very cheap. But do you know who created this? It is a company called GS1, which is they have this in Hong Kong as well. So GS1. So Hong Kong, this company invented this. Do you know when you buy a can of Coke, you are actually paying them license? You still need to pay license to them. So every product you're paying maybe $0.0001 to them. Even though you don't feel it, it's already somewhere included in the cost. So you're paying license for this GS1. So 70, I don't know when, 70 years ago, 80 years ago, they invented this coding called barcode. Now, obviously, the barcode has some information to it. So that's the information. But that's not a lot of information you can store. All right. So later on, they devise another coding system, which is QR code. 二維碼. Why is it 二維? If you look at this one here, it's a barcode. This is another barcode. It's another barcode. So there's a lot of barcode set together. So this is one direction, this is another direction. So it's called 二維. Okay? Quick response. It always has 1, 2, 3 corner. Why? Rotation. You may upside down. You never have 4. Don't have 3. So give you the direction where to read from. Okay, so QR code. Okay, look at the QR code. So what do we need? So you have the QR code. So this one QR. So you have the code. You need a scanner to scan it. Again, you need a software, and then what's behind it? You need a database. Right? Now all your computers, you have a QR code there. So if I use my mobile to scan it, your mobile will work. My scanner scan it, it will prompt me to that app and give me all the information, all the TNC report, all this catalog with the QR code. Now, so QR code is an advanced version of the barcode because we saw more information. What's the problem with it? What's the problem with QR code? You have to see it because it is optical. What if a fan cut up there? You attach a QR code there, you cannot read it. So QR code doesn't work for us. For us means for construction. So only at eye level, the QR code can work. So it won't work when it's far away. Okay, because it's optical. So people now devise another system. So next one. Before that, NFC. NFC. What's NFC? Near field. C is what? Communication. NFC. So what is NFC? Your octopus. So your octopus is NFC. So octopus card, there's a chip there. It doesn't have electricity, it doesn't have power. How come it can store information? When I take the MPR, I got $100 there. Then I take a one trip and then we take away $10, I got 90. How come the information can change? There's no power. Where does the power come from? The reader. So it has a code. So the NFC is a code inside. I got a scanner, your reader, about a code reader. Okay, I got a software, and at the end, actually $100 or $90 is actually behind it. It's a database. So the coding also have this kind of these 4 elements. But what's the problem with this? Near, how near? 10 cm. So you cannot do it when you are 2 meters away. You need to be very close to the scanner because you can scan it, right? So and that's what saying, okay? When I steal your information, I don't need to pickpocket your wallet. I just get close to it, close to you in the MPR. I got a scanner, I can scan your ID card. I steal your information. Have you come across a protective silver thing? For your ID card is said to be shielded from the scanning. It is because of this NFC. Okay. Now the problem with it is near, so it won't work. I mean, for our industry, it won't work. So it comes to the next level, which is RFID. Okay, what is full name? RFID. Radio frequency. Okay, ID, identification. Okay, now RFID. Now, the one in your computer, it is not only a QR code. It is RFID. And if you see behind it, you got a coil. So this is a RFID tag. All right. So this is RFID tag. How to read it? I got a scanner. So this is RFID scanner. If I turn it on, okay, probably I just don't know that we charge it. Okay, now this is the detector and the scanner. This detected. So what good thing about this? It is RF, radio frequency. I don't need to see it. I can somewhere here, if I can turn this on, I can detect that computer at the end. Okay, so this is a remote. So how remote? It claimed to be 20 meters. It claimed to be. It doesn't work 20 meters. Maybe 5, 6 meters. So 5 meters is good. This is 4.4. This is 4.45. So a ceiling, a Fancon unit, in 5 meters, I can detect it. So that means if all the equipment in this room are attached with this one here, I come inside this room, I press the button, I can detect all the equipment with this device. So this has got a better communication than all these previous systems. All right. However, it got its problem. Okay, what's the problem? Because this is a coil, it is a circuitry. Okay, I didn't realize that. Somebody told me this doesn't work because it's metal and it's short circuited. So this one here, it won't work with the metal. So I need to separate them. So there's a different tag. So even though it's QR, but behind it a coil, and then you have an insulation layer. So do we have the incident of having this mark, let's say, right, faded, do I have the possibility of this deformed? It will. So if you have this tag 6 meters, 5 meters in the ceiling, can I know that it is still there? No. So then you didn't have this. So this is another RFID. The RFID is inside here. So you actually, if that's a pipe, you actually like this and hang there. Now there's also some problem. The problem being, yes, you can detect it remotely. I actually tried. It is not 100% safe. When I press it, if I am in front of this, I can detect it. But if I'm behind it, the signal becomes weaker. It may not detect it. Okay, if that's metal, the short circuit, I cannot detect it. If that is inside the ceiling, you can't see it, probably you got a problem. So it is still a requirement. So technologically, we need to tag it. Okay. As a technology, this is called RFID. It always comes with QR code together, QR and RFID together. Now, why you need to know that? Because this is a contract requirement, you know? Yes. In where? Not only in hospital, in all government jobs, in the E&M, it is a requirement. So remember we talk about standard. Okay, I'll show you. In the standard, where? EMSC standard. So someone just asked, what is AM, asset management? Okay, now this is the standard I just mentioned last time. So the EMSC standard for BIM. Now, who are they? Well, EMSC. Why they publish this? This is a standard from the maintenance team. They said that, okay, now you are going to give me a BIM model from the construction. This is my standard. Whatever you give me, you must fulfill my standard. So contractor, your SPOB model has to fulfill this requirement. Okay, so what is contained in this requirement? EMSC, it says, the equipment need to install with RFID tag and QR code. And they need to have this, which is this one here. So to what object? To what object? So how many of these? QR code. Look, every equipment. Wow, switch, PowerPoint, well, window frame, okay, no, picture frame, a fire extinguisher. Every equipment, you need to attach this. This is site work. Somebody need to print it out and stick to it. How can you stick to there? If this is in operation, you got a ceiling, how do you stick to this? You can't. That means before construction, you need to stick it before you install it. This is whose work? Contractor's work, isn't it? Yes, it's contractor's work. How many of these? How many light switches? How many fire extinguishers? Every single one you need to stick this. Have you allowed the cost? Have you allowed the cost as contractor? No? I'm just going to do this. So that tender, it didn't say the number. We fire a technical query, detail. 1,800 for one building. So there are 30,000 rooms. How many equipment? How many things we need to attach it? How many? How much it costs? Now the hospital is done. If it is done, how can we attach this? The ceiling is covered. How can we attach this? Without a number, without specifying, how can we do it? They're asking for 10 o'clock. How much we charge it? So you can see this is a huge amount of money, a huge amount of effort need to put in here. So this is technology. So this is, I mean, in here, so this is technology, but it is also for asset tracking, for tracking, for asset management, mandatory. For the standard, in here, this is standard, and it's contract. Why is it contract? This is EMSC standard, all right? If I show you the contract says the contract, particular spec. The standard says you need to follow this. BIM. So it's inside the contract. Only one line. It refers to that, and that one tells you you need to use RFID. So contractor, it is in your contract. You need to do it. So how much cost? Have you allowed it when you do the contract? Okay, so from the technology point of view, okay, so this is RFID. All right. So probably I don't have enough time to talk about another one. Or you want me to go through one another one? We'll go on in 5-10 minutes. All right. So RFID is here. Now, let me take a shot. Okay, robotics. You know about automation? Okay, robotics. What is robotics? What is expected? You as a contractor, as a BIM manager, need to know about robotics. Robots. Okay, now when we talk about robots, we at least for CIC, they don't expect you to know human shaped robot. It's not that. It is very machine-like robots. All right. So now if I show you the standard. Automation. Okay, no, here. Automation standard. Okay, so if you take a look on this requirement, okay, so CIC, okay, it's talking about potential in implementing robotics and automation. So in housing, for example, now what kind of robots they are thinking? Okay, now so to me, it's much more like a machine. All right, an equipment. You have a certain kind of intelligence. Okay, rebar positioning, auto climbing formwork, concrete distribution, concrete level is more automation. Okay, so all right, exoskeleton. All right, painting, the concrete thing. So you just okay, I'll just show you the. Okay, okay, this kind of robots. So how is it related to BIM? Because you have BIM model. BIM model gives you space. Okay, give you the spatial quality. So that machine, that robot need to work within that space. Okay, now if okay, this from Hong Kong application. Okay, now this kind of very machine-like so-called robots, the cleaning robots, right? More kind of automated machine product. Now let me show you one example in China. Okay, so I think This is your company in China? 中建八局. Yeah, different mother. Right? All right, but it's part of your stream. Okay, now this is a huge project in Tianjin, and you see that's what I'm looking at. So the design is by Hong Kong team. Okay, I'll show you. So SOM, Ronald Liu, PBA, now that's WSP, Arab. So you see the Hong Kong team, Hong Kong client, Zhao Daifuk. Okay, Hong Kong client, but in Tianjin. Okay, huge, tall building. Zhao Daifuk in Tianjin, 識傳嘅. But okay, so this is what it is now. So how is that related to the environment? I don't know, but it's very the tallest building in Tianjin. Okay, when it is built, I was there. Okay, I was there here. Now I'm talking about robotics. Now I do inspection. This was in 2016. Okay, this when it's under construction in 2016. Now when I go to site, this is what I see, and I was very much amazed. Amazed in the fact that I never see a pipe up like this in Hong Kong. You see the concrete? Wow, super cool. How do you construct a hole like this with that amount of concrete? The next thing is, I asked a silly question. What's this? This is a pipe up. I never see a pipe up like this in Hong Kong. Why? How is it like in Hong Kong? A big hole. Why? Because we do not know what is going there. But you see, this is super tall building, and they have a pipe up like this. What does it mean? It means how much preparation work, how much coordination work they have done up front. They know what are the sizes, what is the routing, what goes in there, how the arrangement. All this has been carefully thought through before they can do this, isn't it? So this is a maze. And I asked a dumb question. I'm going, how do you align this if a pipe going up? Is that for simple laser? Oh yes, this is a dumb question. So how to build this? Okay, they build on the floor and then hoist it up. Okay, my main point is not here. Okay, I show you this guy. So this is a photo I took myself. Okay, now there's three things I want you to take a look. This gentleman here is pointing to something. That's number one. Number two, you got a machine here. Number three, you see this guy using an iPad. So this is a robot. This is robotic. Have you used this in Hong Kong? Yes. Okay. Good to know. But here is 2016. By that time, in 2016, I never see any Hong Kong site using this. So China is actually more advanced by that in that sense. Okay, what is this guy doing? Is pointing to this. So okay, what is he pointing to? It's pointing to, you see a red line, red dot here? This point here. This is a laser emitting from the robot and shoot out and here. And what is this? This is the setting out of this support. So what does it mean? It means the BIM model, it is modeled up to the support, and it knows the location in the BIM model. So that guy using the pad is actually downloading the BIM model and set up the robot and shoot out the laser to that point, and then this is the setting out point of this hangar. So that means the BIM model has this object at this location after all this coordination, and this is where it should be setting out. So they are using a BIM model for construction. What happened in Hong Kong? We are still struggling in using a BIM model to produce a drawing and drawing to construction site. They totally skip that. No drawing, just model into construction. That's 216. You guys are still using a BIM model, export in AutoCAD and join in CAD and CAD and then print it out and do the construction. So this is the robotics already working with a BIM model automatically, no drawing in between. See how forward thinking your mother company, I don't know. Okay, your company counterpart in China doing that in 216. That is amazing. All right, so you can see that how BIM is being used in construction by use of robotics. Now, so this is one aspect. All right, so as I said, this syllabus was written 7-8 years ago, pretty much old now, but there's a lot more application of robotics, AI, this kind of thing in recent years. So that's why next year they're going to change the syllabus. All right, so I just now call you the robotics and the BIM together. This is how we use that. Okay, I probably stop here today. So now, just in summary, today we learned about the BIM software, the characteristics, a lot of these applications. Okay, now in the second half, we kind of halfway through the technology, and these are 13 or 14 technologies here in terms of questions. In terms of questions in examination or interview, you'll be asked what sort of technology associated with BIM. So this is not directly BIM thing, right? This is something in peripheral of BIM, associated with BIM. So you have the laser scanning, you have the programming to produce you the point out so that you can work with the BIM model. You have the robotics from the BIM model to work with the robot. Okay, so these are associated indirectly technology with BIM. All right, so we do not expect you to have a fully sure, right? You don't need to miss out. So we talk about 3 or 4 technology. So the question is, what sort of a technology is available with BIM, in both GIS, field description, how BIM integrate with GIS, robotic, pole 3 and 4, and then you're good. All right. Okay, so yeah, so far so good. Any questions? All right, so I think I stop in here for this